Automatic transmissions are supposed to make driving easy, until one day your car jerks, hesitates, or just refuses to shift. Here's the thing. Most drivers are quietly wrecking their own transmission without ever realizing it. Today we're breaking down 13 everyday habits that are slowly killing automatic cars. And if you're guilty of even one, you could be staring down a repair bill north of $5,000. Before we get into it, hit subscribe so you catch our weekly videos on keeping your car running longer and your wallet fuller. Turn on notifications so you never miss a fix that could save you thousands. Let's get into mistake number 1. And yeah, almost everyone does this without thinking twice. Mistake 1. Switching reverse to drive on a rolling car. Shifting from reverse into drive, or the other way around, before the car has fully stopped, is way more common than it should be. The problem? You're forcing the transmission to reverse the direction of power flow instantly, which slams internal clutches and gears with stress they weren't built to absorb that suddenly. Do this enough times, and you're looking at premature wear and a transmission that fails years before it should. The fix costs you nothing. Just wait for a full stop before you shift. 1 second now saves years of transmission life later. Mistake 2. Skipping the parking brake. A lot of automatic drivers assume the parking brake is optional, since park already locks the wheels. It's not optional. When you skip the handbrake, the full weight of your car settles onto a small metal pin inside the transmission called the parking pawl. That's not what it's designed to hold long-term, especially on any kind of incline. Over time, it can crack or shear off entirely. Set the parking brake every single time you park. It takes the load off that pin and protects your transmission. Mistake 3. Riding the brakes in drive on hills. Coasting downhill in D and riding the brake pedal the whole way feels normal, but it's rough on two systems at once. Your transmission has to keep working against gravity instead of using engine braking, and your brake pads take a beating from constant use. Drop into L or a lower gear mode on steep descents instead. It lets the engine help control your speed and takes a big load off both your brakes and your transmission. Mistake 4. Never checking transmission fluid. Transmission fluid isn't a set-it-and-forget-it fluid. It breaks down over time just like engine oil. Old, degraded fluid loses its ability to lubricate and cool moving parts, which means more friction and more heat-destroying components from the inside. Check it periodically. It should look bright red and smell clean, not dark or burnt. Most manufacturers recommend a change somewhere between 30,000 and 60,000 miles. Check your owner's manual for your specific interval. Mistake 5. Warming up the car the wrong way. Sitting in the driveway idling for 10 minutes doesn't actually warm up your transmission efficiently. Modern vehicles warm up faster under light, gentle driving than they do sitting still. All that idle time really does is burn fuel and add unnecessary engine wear. Start the car, give it about 30 seconds, then ease into driving gently. Your engine and transmission will hit their ideal operating temperature much faster this way. Mistake 6. Shifting to neutral at red lights. Some drivers pop the car into neutral at stoplights thinking it saves gas. It doesn't. Modern automatics are already efficient at idle. What it does do is interrupt fluid flow inside the transmission, and every time you shift back into drive, you're adding a small amount of extra wear. Just leave it in drive at the light. It's simpler and easier on your transmission long-term. Mistake 7. Flooring it from a stop. Slamming the gas from a standstill puts a huge amount of stress on the torque converter and internal clutches. Do it often enough and you'll start noticing slipping, overheating, and parts wearing out way ahead of schedule. Smooth, gradual acceleration, especially around town, is the single easiest way to extend your transmission's life. Mistake 8. Towing without a transmission cooler. Towing already generates a ton of extra heat inside your transmission, and heat is enemy number 1 for these systems. If your vehicle doesn't have an auxiliary transmission cooler, hauling a heavy load can cook your fluid in a matter of minutes. Use the correct tow/haul mode if your car has one, and consider installing an aftermarket cooler if you tow regularly. It's a cheap upgrade that prevents an expensive failure. Mistake 9. Constantly running on low fuel. Your gas tank does more than just hold fuel. It also helps keep your fuel pump cool. Running on fumes regularly makes the pump work harder and hotter, and can let air into the fuel system, throwing off the sensors your engine and transmission both rely on. Try to keep at least a quarter tank in reserve at all times. Mistake 10. Never changing the transmission fluid. Unlike engine oil, Transmission fluid changes don't always get pushed on drivers, but skipping them lets debris build up and fluid quality drop until you're dealing with slipping, overheating, or a full failure. If your car has a dipstick, check it monthly. If it doesn't, have a mechanic inspect it at your regular service intervals. A fluid change is one of the cheapest ways to avoid one of the most expensive repairs. Mistake 11. Running mismatched tires. Different tire sizes or uneven tread depth might not seem like a transmission issue, but in AWD and 4WD vehicles especially, mismatched tires throw off power distribution between wheels. That confuses the transmission and differential and adds mechanical strain neither is designed to handle. Always replace tires in full sets and stick to your manufacturer's specifications. Mistake 12. Brushing off warning signs. Hesitation before shifting, delayed engagement, random slipping, or strange noises are your car's way of raising a hand for help. Ignore them and a $200 sensor fix can turn into a $5,000 rebuild. The second something feels off, get the code scanned or get it looked at by a mechanic. Mistake 13. Letting the car overheat. If there's one thing that kills more automatic transmissions than anything else on this list, it's heat. Low coolant, a failing radiator, or long stretches of stop-and-go traffic in the summer can all push your transmission into the danger zone, right along with your engine. Keep your cooling system in good shape, replace coolant on schedule, and avoid idling with the AC blasting for extended periods in hot weather. And if that temperature gauge ever spikes, pull over immediately. And that's all 13. The everyday habits quietly wearing down automatic transmissions across the board. The good news? Now that you know what to watch for, you can stop the damage before it turns into a 5-figure repair bill. If this helped, drop a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you never miss another tip that could save your car and your wallet. Let us know in the comments which mistake surprised you the most, or which one you're guilty of. Better late than never to start protecting your transmission. Until next time, drive smart, drive smooth, and keep that car running strong.